Alright, I am back! And in a game that I actually don't even remember when I put it on my list for games to do for this, because it's like, I love Thomas Was Alone. It's an amazing and wonderful game. And it's been on the list and just, I like, oh yeah, that's on it. Why have I not done that yet? How? Seriously, because I looked and it's like, I haven't done that. How have I not done this? Well, I'm doing it now. And it is really, really a good and clever, fun game. Alright. And just to go through quickly. So there are multiple chapters. My intention is to go through all of them. I don't remember what that plot one is. That might be tied to a DLC that I don't have. I don't quite remember. But in any case, I'm going to try to have it be a video per chapter. I'm still going to have a timer going, at least so I know the passage of time. And it will be a new game, so I don't need to worry about the same scenarios. But yeah, it really is a good game. I think it's also the first game I ever played that I know for a fact was made in Unity. There may have been other games I played before this that were Unity, but I don't remember. Oh, I wasn't aware of that. Program was a failure. People forget this. It was a massive flop. Coders started adding it in name strings to the AIs as a joke. Thomas, AT23612, wasn't special, it was just an
Thomas was alone. Wow. A weird first thought to have. Thomas decided to start listing his observations for posterity. 1. The whole alone thing. 2. Portals. They led somewhere. He'd yet to work out where. 3. Falling. Thomas was absolutely fantastic at falling. He was almost as good at falling as he was at observing. Okay, interesting. Thomas couldn't fall past this block. Think, damn it, think! What if there was some kind of inverted fall? Some way to... what's the word? Jump. It worked! A big jump. But Thomas noted there was no real danger in missing it. The world didn't want him to fail here. It was pushing him, but gently. This all seemed a little dangerous. The world was not to be trusted. It was unstable, and it seemed to Thomas that it could let him down at any moment.
There are collectibles. I don't know if they'll be here because I've collected a lot of them.
Thomas wondered whether the portals were actually taking him anywhere. He felt like he was making progress, but there wasn't really any way to know. He seemed to be moving predominantly up and to the right, which might, or might not, be important. It might have been paranoia again, but Thomas could have sworn the world was becoming more complicated. It always seemed to be one step ahead of his skills. It had been designed just for him. He wondered why. Was the world testing him? No. Too obvious. Something about the boiling, toxic, glowing water intimidated Thomas. He didn't like it. He certainly didn't want to swim in it. He made another mental note. 4. Water. Not good. To be avoided. 9. The loneliness was getting to Thomas. No amount of observation or obsessive note-taking could combat that. Thomas had a new theory. The world was training him. He could feel himself getting smarter. There was the mental list to consider. Over the minutes and seconds since his spontaneous generation, he'd become a pretty skilled jumper. He was evolving. He just wished he had someone to share it with.
There we go. And by the way, a .10 is... there's nothing wrong with that. Because the point isn't a decimal point, it's a version point, essentially, or in this case, a chapter point. Because some people are like, no, you can't do that, it's not .10, it would be 1. It's like, no, it's because that's how software and such works. It's like a major version, minor version, major revision, minor revision is one that I've seen explained, and that's actually what I will use. Like when I'm writing stories, for example, I will do like 1.0 if that is like the first draft, and I've had it get to 1.3.3 for... Well, no, I think it was 1.3.1 when I published it, but then I went back and did some more changes to it, which got it to 1.3.3. Then another one that was 1.2.1, I believe. But this is gonna be a new one. So yeah, short video, I know. Right. Yep. It also goes to 10. Alright. So yeah. I'll resume it. It's just I stop this video here. Because I'm sorry, I know it's, 7 minutes. That's a short video, but I want to... I like it when the game has some internal structure to it like that I can use. Where it's like, okay, that's part 1. Good. Move on to the next one. They should get longer though as I go, because they do get trickier. Yeah. Alright. Well, I will stop this and see you next time.